G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. I've got a tiny little bit of room here between my cups. I've got so many cups. Thanks for being here today. I'm going to do another fairy flower for you. But I'm going to do a smaller mold this time because not everyone has got, the big chunky molds. This one holds about 225 grams of resin. I am going to try this one today. This is my new one. I haven't used this before. This is my ice. Looks like crushed ice. So I'm going to use this one today. And I'm thinking it'll hold about 160 grams of resin. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't used it before. So, fairy flower. We have white, a little bit of white. We have 3 different colors. I've just kind of reduced everything. Same recipe, I'm just reducing everything by a little bit to fit into this smaller mold. I told you in the last video I was going to do these regal kind of colors, so that's what we're doing today. We have got a burgundy, a navy, and a dark green. This is quinacridone crimson, inthandrine blue, and shadow green. These are acrylic inks by Holbein. Okay, so that's them. And basically I've got them mixed up. I'm going to do my little dirty pour. So I'm going to do it a little bit differently this time. I'm going to just pour everything into this cup. Actually, I could have just used this cup, couldn't I? Oh gosh. Anyway, takes me back to my acrylic pouring days of doing a dirty pour. So basically all it is pouring the 3 colors into the one cup. So here we go, pouring this one in as well. Just pouring into the middle. It's a nice bright blue, isn't it? I'm hoping my colors are like dark enough. Or maybe they're too dark. I don't know. Like, I'm still learning. This is only my 3rd one I've done, so still learning. And then the green just on top of that. So some of it will go through to the bottom and change color, and then some of it's just gonna like stay on top in the cup. Not sure about this green. It is a forest green, that's for sure. Like a shadow green. It's a dark green. I didn't want to use my bright green, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so that's my colors in there, all churned up nicely. Now, what I normally do is do the rings, but today, as I said to you last video, I'm just going to pour into the middle, like so. Just going to do a bit of a dirty pour there. And see what happens. See what happens. Get all of that out. I don't want to waste it. Got some pink, the red, well, crimson or whatever it is coming out at the end there. Make sure we get all of that. Okay, so that's basically that done. Now I'm going to give it a bit of a tap, 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 because I'm trying to get the bubbles to come to the surface, because you know how when you're doing this sort of technique, you get bubbles on the top, and when you turn it over, the bubbles are being stuck to the mold. It's looking very red. All right, let's just spread this out to the sides. So I can see now I've got like more green on this side. I've got more kind of red on that side. Which should be nice. It probably just won't have the spirals this time. So it'll be interesting, won't it? It'll be interesting to see. Kept a tiny bit of clear there just for my glitter. And I am using this one. I thought this one might look nice. This is PDB Creative Studios Allure, it's called. Allure. So just going to mix that in there just so that I've got like a nice chunky paste to put into the center later on. So I kept a little bit of clear. All right, so what we're doing, I'm using my new white paste, which I am absolutely loving. I've been using it for lots of things. Larimar, dragon flower, fairy flower, 3D blooms. Works a treat. I will tell you all about that in another video. Right, for today, I am going to use these little pipettes. Last time I used it and it was too small. I was getting a really small little drop, so I'm going to cut it. I don't know if you can see there, but it's the same thickness, and then it starts to widen. So where it starts to widen, I'm just going to snip that off. So I've got a bigger hole there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that in. So if you don't know how to use a pipette, you squeeze the top, pop it into your liquid, and then you can just leave it there and you can watch it. It'll draw up on its own. Look at it go! Look at it go! And then I'm going to do this one as well. Cut that off. And I'm going to squeeze that, put it in there. So I'm going to have two going. So when I'm using one, the other one can be sitting ready. And then my other white is just sitting here. Starting to warm up just a tiny bit. Hopefully I've let it kind of sit long enough to get some more bubbles up. Torching really carefully so I don't destroy my mold. Get that out. All right. Here we go. Are we ready? Are we ready? So basically I'm just going to do the same as before, and I'm just going to drop my drops in. So I'm basically just squeezing with my little pipette there, squeezing the end. Works really well. I don't have any drips like I did with the piping bag. I'm getting bigger dots this time because the last time my little hole at the end of the pipette was a bit small. So basically just going around, doing the drops. Whoops. Try to take your time. Oh, it's a bit big. So squeeze that now. Oh, I forgot to turn my curing machine off. I don't know if you can hear it humming in the background there. My daughter Christy's here. She's doing a big skull. She wanted to do my big skull with the light in it. So she's got that in the curing machine at the moment. I said to her, I must remember to turn that off when I start my video, but I forgot. Never mind. So when it gets a bit low, these are 3mm little pipettes, so that I can change it over. See, so I don't have to wait if I've got another one ready to go. I found that with the other one, the one I did was yesterday. It was yesterday. Yeah, my little dots, I didn't think they were quite big enough. So yeah, I thought I'd just cut the end off. If you don't have a pipette, you can use a piping bag. You can use a little squeeze bottle. You could drip from a stick. I just find, you know, you're doing so many of them, you want to have a little bit more control. Whoops, that one's just a bubble. It's just a bubble. I'll need to pop another bit in there. All right, so it can squeeze that while the next one's going. Oh, probably a good idea to squeeze it first to get the bubble out before you actually start. So I'm not going to put the dots right into the middle. I find that I did that with the last one and I didn't get that big white blob, which is great. So I'm not going to go right into the middle. And now I'm just going in between each of these dots. You can see how they've started moving already, and it's given me that little bit of dark space there between the two. Then I'm just going to put another little dot. Look how pretty it's looking! Oh my gosh. Now the other thing I did, which I didn't do yesterday, but it's really cold in the studio this morning. It is in winter in Queensland, Australia. Even though we're in the north of the country, it still gets cold. So what I did, I mixed my resin. This is the Art Pro by Resin Pro. I did 100, it's a 3:2. So because I needed 160 grams, I just basically did 100 grams of A and 65 grams of B. And that's what I did. And then I let it sit for 10 minutes before I started decanting and adding my colors, because I just wanted it to thicken up ever so slightly, just to maybe give me a little bit more definition of my little petals. I've been playing around with that. I don't know whether I've put a video up yet where I wait just to get that resin a little bit thicker to give me a little bit more definition. So that's what I did. Oh, that's a big drop. I'm just going around again and doing another round, because I've still got white left over. and I like my petals to be kind of looking as if they're overlapping a bit. So we'll just go around again. Whoops, that's a big one. Trying not to. Oops, that one's empty. Okay, so keep going. See what I mean about having the two different pipettes sitting there? So one's already sucking up the resin, while the other one is in use. So yay, I'm going to go again because I've still got lots of white left over. Just a bit more as it's all moving. Now this mold, my crushed ice mold, hasn't it hasn't got such sloping sides, so we'll see what happens. It'd be really interesting to see, you know, if you get a different fairy flower design depending on the type of mold that you use, hey? So be very interesting to see. All right, I think I've done enough. I've got more than enough. I've got heaps of white left over. Okay, now the terrifying part. Another one there. The terrifying part. This is terrifying. Oh, you got to pour all this white into the middle. Oh gosh, actually not very symmetrical there. Okay, are we ready? I wonder how many layers you can actually put on here before it starts not working. Because I'll just keep going. If I see a gap, I should probably stop, she says, as she keeps going. All right, that's enough. That's enough. All right, so I've got to make sure this, it's been sitting for a few minutes, so we'll just make sure that it's stirred up again. Don't want any blobs of white. I can feel it's getting a bit warm, which is probably a good thing because I do want it to get a little bit warm. All right. Are we ready? Find the middle and pour. Oh, look at that. It does take more than 160. I could have made more. Look at that. All right, so that's it. Well, I'll know next time I can make up a little bit more. But yeah, first time using it, I had no idea. And I didn't want to fill it up with water. I know you can fill it up with water and all kinds of things. I didn't want to fill it up with water because then you have to dry it. And you can't wipe, you cannot wipe silicone molds, okay? You can't. You're going to make them all smudgy and you'll lose your shine. You cannot wipe them. Don't do it. All right, now I'm just going to pop my little bit of glitter in the center and hopefully it will just fall through all that white. Oh my gosh, look at the colors we're getting. Didn't put much in there, but because some of it will float and some of it will sink, so I thought I'll put a decent amount in there. Okay, that's it. All right, now just my little toothpick. You use a lot of cups with this technique. It is getting a bit thicker, but hopefully that will sink. Get in there. Hopefully it'll sink. All right, so basically that's it. A little torch is probably a better option than a big torch, especially when you're just doing a little piece, you know, because you want to torch the resin. You don't want to torch you know, your mold. Otherwise your mold will get fused to your resin and you'll never get it off and you'll destroy it. Like, gosh, look at all my mess. Look at my mess. I'll clean that up. Hopefully we won't have too much of a white center because I didn't put my drops right into the center. My very first fairy flower I did white drops right into the center and I did get a big blob of white. So this time I'm, you know, stopping, leaving about that much gap, I guess, in the middle. Pouring the white in. Look at those colors. I really hope this works nicely because, like, I don't know if I like the spiral look. I just think it looks more... I'm going to try for something a little bit more natural. So it's all closed in. It's probably not going to do much more now. So I will just leave it like that for about an hour and a half. And then when I can move it, I can slide a piece of card underneath it and carry it over to my curing machine there. I'll have to take Christy's skull out for a little bit. It'll only need an hour in there, and that'll be done. So, and it'll cool down for half an hour. So I can, you know, unmold this in like 4 hours, which is amazing. Better than 8 or 9 hours. So I'll be back very soon. Look at that. That green looks okay, doesn't it? I was really worried about it. It looks really dark in there, but I figured with the white on it, it should look good. Okay, that's me done. See you soon. Okay, guys, so this has set. It looks a bit different to my other one in the center. Kind of looks a bit puffy in the middle, so I don't know. We'll have to see what that means, if that means anything. But hopefully it's working. Hopefully. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, you can sort of see a circle in the middle there. Oops, it's a bit soft on the edges. So I've got to be careful. That center there looks a bit different to this section. It's like I've got 2 sections. Oh, all right. I don't want to look because it might not work because it just looks different. Okay. Although it's a different shape mold, so maybe the mold shape makes a difference as well. Let's just have a little look and see what we've got, hey? Oh, wow. It is gorgeous. Oh, I love those colors. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've got that outer edge, which is this. Now I know it looks wider in here because we're looking at it to the edge here, but it's the same distance from there to there, but I mean, that's the top, so that's what we can see on the other side. Oh my gosh, you guys. I was really worried. Look at that variegated colour. Look, I didn't do anything different in the piping, but we've got that row around there, and then we've got this in the middle. And look, my glitter is almost scented. Almost. What do you think of the colour choice? That's not bad, is it? Like, if you look really carefully, I'll take you over into the other light in a minute. With the red, the crimson, like it's kind of been lost because red and blue make purple anyway. So I've kind of lost the red and we've kind of got more of a blue and a green basically. And there's a little bit of the pink showing through and it's purple. So really pretty colours though. Now this particular mold, this one, this is just my prototype, okay? It's not the one that I'm going to be selling. It's just my very first one, so I have improved on it. So, but this is like I said, just my prototype. So don't be concerned. I mean, it looks amazing. I love it. I love the edges. I love it. But yeah, it's just the prototype. All right, let's get you down. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love it. I was really worried. I've got to hold my camera better, else I'm going to drop it on the ground. All right, let's have a look. All right, oh, look at that. That's a better colour for you. Look at those colours. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at those colours. Like, it is totally, totally different from my other fairy flower. But I think it's the shape, of the mold that does it. So we've kind of got a little bit of the dragon flower going on around the outside there. And then we've got the fairy flower in the center. It's like the best of both worlds. Oh, I love it. So happy. I was stressed. I was thinking, oh my God, it's not going to work. Now this is away from the LED lights. So it looks a bit darker there. And you can really see that purple. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is what I've noticed here. See how I don't really have, I'll show you in the light there, that's the glitter there, but I don't have a lot of, just trying to pick them up. There's not many bubbles on the surface of this because, and I really think that me banging the mold on the surface of my desk, you know, has helped because it brought all the bubbles up. So I think that really helped. So that was the previous one. And you can see, you can literally see all the bubbles. I don't know whether I banged this one. I can't remember if I banged the mold on the table or not. But yeah, totally different effect. Look at that. Totally different effect because a different shaped mold. My gosh. I love it. All right, you can go over there. You're beautiful as well, but we're looking at you today. Yes, you gorgeous little creature, you. I love it. So yeah, pouring that way, the other way that I've poured, without, you know, pouring in the spirals, has certainly given a different look. That's for sure. So yeah, we definitely don't have that spiral look. And it's certainly more blended, I guess is the word, which is what I was going for with this one. I didn't want the spirals. That's why I did the dirty pour in a different way and then just did the puddle pour so that you could see, you know, what the difference is in just the way they actually pour the colours out of the cup. So there you go. All right. Well, that's just fascinating. The way that you pour and the shape of the mold makes such a difference. Oh, I just love it. All right. I can go to bed now. I can go to bed now and rest in peace. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I should rest comfortably. Oh my gosh. Touch wood. I'll have a good night's sleep tonight. And I don't have to worry about how this is going to turn out. It is just divine. I love it. So yep, I'll see you all again real soon for the next one. Let me know what colors you'd like to see, because this is my third one now, but yeah, let me know what other colors you would like to see, and I'll do some more. I'm gonna have to get myself some more Art Pro. If you want the Art Pro from Resin Pro, I do have a link down in my description. Okay, it is wonderful for this particular technique. Look at the detail. Look at the detail in those. Oh, I'm going to take it with me and sit in the other room. I'm taking it to bed with me tonight. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Love you all. Take care. Bye for now.